Today, we're diving into the mind of one of the most influential economists and political philosophers of the 20th century, Friedrich Hayek. He warned about the dangers of central planning, championed individual freedom, and became a key figure in the battle of ideas between socialism and capitalism. But who was Hayek, and why does his work still matter today? Let's find out. Friedrich August von Hayek was born in Vienna in 1899, into a well-educated, upper-middle-class family. He served in World War I, studied law and economics, and became part of the vibrant intellectual scene in interwar Austria. Early in his career, he worked with Ludwig von Mises, another giant of classical liberalism, and began forming his views on economics and society. By the 1930s, Hayek moved to the London School of Economics, where he clashed intellectually with John Maynard Keynes. Their debates would shape the course of economic thought for decades. Hayek's most important insight? That no central authority can ever possess the knowledge needed to run an economy efficiently. In his famous 1945 essay, The Use of Knowledge in Society, Hayek argued that knowledge is decentralized, spread out among individuals, families, and businesses. Prices, he said, are signals. They communicate information about supply and demand better than any government planner ever could. Try to control prices or production from the top down, and you disrupt this vital signal system. This became known as the knowledge problem, and it formed the intellectual backbone of Hayek's critique of socialism. In 1944, Hayek published his most famous work, The Road to Serfdom. Written during World War II, it warned that even well-intentioned government planning, like that seen in wartime economies, could lead to tyranny. Hayek wasn't saying that all government is bad. But when the state starts controlling the economy, it also starts controlling people's lives. Personal freedom slowly erodes. Democratic institutions weaken. And the road to dictatorship opens. The book was a sensation. Condensed versions appeared in Reader's Digest and sold hundreds of thousands of copies. For many, it was a wake-up call. For much of the 20th century, John Maynard Keynes dominated economic thinking. He believed governments should intervene in the economy to manage demand and smooth out recessions. Hayek disagreed. He warned that government spending and easy credit might help in the short term, but they distort markets, create bubbles, and lead to inflation and stagnation. While Keynes won the immediate post-war era, Hayek's ideas would make a comeback decades later. In the 1970s, when inflation soared and Keynesian policies faltered, many turned back to Hayek. Leaders like Margaret Thatcher and Ronald Reagan cited him as a major influence. In 1974, Hayek won the Nobel Prize in Economics, shared with Gunnar Myrdal, for his work on money, business cycles, and the limits of knowledge in economic planning. Beyond economics, Hayek wrote extensively on political philosophy. In The Constitution of Liberty and his trilogy Law, Legislation, and Liberty, he explored how laws evolve, why spontaneous order matters, and how individual freedom can be protected. His ideas influenced not only economists, but political scientists, legal scholars, and policymakers around the world. Today, his work remains central to the Austrian School of Economics and to libertarian and classical liberal thought. Of course, Hayek had critics. Some said he overstated the dangers of government. Others argued that real-world markets aren't as efficient as his theories assume. Keynesians and modern progressives often claim his ideas are too rigid in the face of inequality or crisis. Still, even critics respect the depth of his thought and the importance of his challenge to state power. Whether you agree with him or not, Friedrich Hayek changed the way we think about freedom, knowledge, and the role of the state. He reminded us that good intentions aren't enough and that liberty, once lost, is hard to regain. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Which economist should we cover next?